Live?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to the Wrestling Guy Podcast. I'm your co-host, Hector El Chido Canales, with,
Lord Alfred Chicks.
and of course, the host with the most,
David the Wrestling Guy.
And today we are doing the WrestleMania pre-show. We're going to be talking about WrestleMania.
You know, it's been a while since we've done this. I don't remember how this podcast usually works.
We talk. We bicker.
Savage
You
is
try
still
to sell
number
it-
one, and then, we
then
go from
Hogan is number one. Tori is
Actually-
number one.
Actually, I dropped a Hulk Hogan when I was in the restroom a little while ago.
Oh.
I think I even heard it say brother as it fell
When
into
you
the
think WrestleMania, you think
Randy
the
Macho
largest
Man
arms in the world. The 24-inch pythons, brother.
He didn't look very good.
You think about hanging and banging with Brother Brudai down PCH, going down to Venice Beach.
You ruined
And-
Brutus for me, by the way.
Why?
Because you showed that horrible promo that he got with Jimmy
Where
Hart.
they're slamming him in the face as he's
Yes.
wearing the mask?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, if
That
you're
was
checking it
WrestleMania
out,
9, right?
that review, that toy review, you can actually buy that toy here. It's on clearance at the Wrestling Guy store. So that review video is
Right.
going to be up on Tuesday on Rio Hector Canales YouTube channel. Rio Hector Canales.
Speaking of Brother Brudai and WrestleMania, we here at the store. By the way, happy St. Patrick's, everybody.
Yeah, happy Leprechaun Day.
Happy Leprechaun Day. Happy Sheamus, Finn Balor, and Becky Lynch Day. For those that have wondering how we came up with the topic for today for WrestleMania, we usually watch all the WrestleManias here in the store from 1 up to whatever WrestleMania it is. So we've been doing this for the last 3-4 years. And today we were watching some of WrestleMania 4.
Yeah.
And
I think by far one of the best WrestleManias ever. Cause
What?
You know why?
here we go. Why?
Because Hogan wasn't wrestling in the main event.
But he still.
But
came
he was
out.
involved.
He was involved. But he wasn't wrestling in the main event.
Look, man.
We're also live on
Wait,
Instagram.
was
so
he
Instagram,
champion
if
by,
you're watching,
was
or
he
listening,
champion at WrestleMania 4?
You will be asked questions about WrestleMania.
Did he become champion at WrestleMania 4?
Look.
How did Hogan get How did he get eliminated? It was double DQ. Right?
Double DQ.
He wrestled Andre the Giant,
Uh-huh.
and it was a double DQ, which eliminated him and Andre from the tournament.
Well, I mean, with good cause. I mean, Andre can only give Hogan so many things, He let him win WrestleMania 3. I felt bad for the kid. And
The big giant bald kid, right?
so
Wearing the yellow underwear.
wearing the yellow underwear.
Look, man. I used to do what you do in store. I would do at home.
Okay.
And you know what? Every once in a while, I still do it. I play WrestleMania 1 all the way to, what are we now? Almost,
35,
we're
I
at,
believe.
almost at 35. So I would play them over. And just, sometimes I'd be doing housework. I'd
Right.
be vacuuming.
Right.
And just have it playing in the background, right?
Right.
But when you got to, let's say, once you got to WrestleMania 4, as far as for me, it dragged.
Yeah.
As bad as WrestleMania 2 was,
And I was watching that. That match with Ricky Steamboat. Oh my God! I just had it in my head. It was Ricky Steamboat against whoever it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just watched it. That arena was empty
for WrestleMania
for
2,
WrestleMania 2. It looked. I think that was here at LA.
was it?
Or was it? He was there. Where was it? It was between New
was
York,
New-
Chicago.
Chicago and LA.
I think Ricky Steamboat took place in Chicago, and that arena was empty. Well, it looked empty on TV. You see a lot of empty seats on the.
Oh, they used the old, like, kind of Madison Square Garden type of thing
Yes.
where they darken everything else
Yes.
and just put a spotlight in the ring.
Yes, no, that was WrestleMania 3. I know that one, Ricky Steamboat and
Macho Man, yeah.
But WrestleMania 2, it was Ricky Steamboat, and he was wrestling, and I think it was Hercules. I want to say it was Hercules Hernandez. And, the arena looked empty. I saw a lady right in the middle, and it's just a lady and a little boy, and then, like, the side seats are kind of empty, and then you see a few people, and they had just the light on the ring, and everything else was just black all over. And yeah, I didn't know it was that bad. WrestleMania 2.
Well,
That pay-per-view was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I consider it probably in the bottom.
Well,
of
yeah,
WrestleManias.
one of the not so great
Yeah.
WrestleManias. But to me, WrestleMania 4, maybe because WrestleMania 2 like kicked off to other places.
Right.
Oh, now we're sending you to Chicago, and so you have kind of different scenery for almost every match, every other match.
Kind of refreshed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas WrestleMania 4 is the same place, and it's like the same scene, same lighting. So it just, even though it's not even over 3 hours long,
Right.
WrestleMania 4, but it felt like it was 4 hours long.
I think
It's
only
just-
because
it
it was a
dragged.
tournament that made it seem very long. Was
Then also, I don't know, it's just some of the matches. Like today, we were just watching Rick Rude versus Jake the Snake Roberts. That match, it dragged on, man.
Yeah.
It dragged too long, and it's two great competitors. At this time, Rick Rude wasn't the wrestler that he became.
Right.
He was still, but he was okay. Jake the Snake, on the other hand, could still tell a story.
Right.
But still, the match, it just dragged.
Do you think it was a chemistry between the two?
That's what I thought at first.
And by the way, if you guys want to see this WrestleMania 4 we're talking about, you can go on the WWE Network and you get it free for new subscribers for 30 days.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cancel right before
Cancel right after WrestleMania.
and then use a different name to subscribe again. But yeah, so chemistry. I'm not sure if it was a chemistry because they were working together.
Well, it just seemed like the build up to that match wasn't there. I mean, you knew
No, it wasn't.
You knew that why they were fighting.
Uh-huh.
You knew they were fighting in the first round because of Jake's wife.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed like they ignored that fact and
Yes,
they didn't put enough
yes.
emphasis in it. It was just literally a tournament match.
Yeah.
There was no character in it.
Yeah.
So-
And it didn't seem like the grudge match that it should have been.
Yeah.
Could have been a classic like Rick
But
Martel
and no
Jake the
offense to
Snake.
Hogan, but neither was a Hogan Andre match either. It was kind of they I think the preliminary and the secondary match were kind of generic, and it was basically time fillers.
Yes, yes.
And then everything else rolls
and,
up.
and everything, going back to the Jake the Snake and Rick Rude match, I think they probably, the office probably said, kind of ignore their storyline because the great focus here is we're crowning a new champion.
Right.
This is a tournament for the championship. But if that was the case, why even have Rick Rude and Jake the Snake wrestle? You know?
They could
Well,
have.
why have Hogan and Andre wrestle? I mean, that was such a build-up from WrestleMania 3. And then
But-
to have a rematch is like, oh my God, like, these guys are going to fight again?
See, that's the thing, though. That is the draw to the show. Hogan, here's the draw. It's a tournament for the championship. It's WrestleMania. And then the other draw is the rematch. 1 year later, they've already traded. It's the rubber match.
Right.
You know, they've already traded wins, although Hogan won that last one at Saturday Night's Main Event. It's just crooked ref had plastic surgery to look like Earl Hebner or Dave Hebner. I don't know.
Earl Hebner. Earl Hebner. That match, you know what I think happened is that I think they should have done with Jake the Snake. They should have had it where maybe they wrestled somebody else to start it, and then where they finally met each other in somewhere, like in the semifinals.
And if you look at it,
quarterfinals,
going forward, King of the Rings, some of the semifinal matches actually did come about that way. You know, where one adversary would face someone that he's never faced before, and then the other guy who is usually opposing that person will find another adversary, and then they end up meeting in the middle. And then that's where you get your real good match there in the middle. And this one just didn't have it.
Well, now you're saying about WrestleMania 4 dragging. Well, after WrestleMania 3, it kind of dragged. You know, I noticed something watching WrestleMania 1, 2, and 3, that a lot of the matches were like 15, 20 minutes long, period. They didn't really go that long. Like, Hogan and Steamboat wasn't as long as I thought it was.
Hogan and
I
Steamboat?
mean, Savage and Steamboat.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't as long as I thought it was.
Uh-huh.
It was quick
Mhm.
because I just glanced somewhere else and it was over.
Here's the thing that, okay, before we went live, we spoke about how this year's WrestleMania is presumed to have over 15 matches, like 14, 15 matches. And that it's going to be a 7-hour show.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, how am I going to watch this? I need to watch it, though. It's WrestleMania. Right. But, man, like, really? 7 hours?
Yeah.
I could barely sit through 3 hours of Raw.
Actually,
I can't.
The pre-show is maybe like the 2 matches are 15 minutes apiece, and then you got your semi-popular matches, which is like 35, 45 minutes, and then you got your main eventers or your title matches, which is in an hour.
But see, that's the thing. Going back to WrestleMania, let's just say WrestleMania 5. How many matches did WrestleMania 5? Let's ask some of the Instagram followers, see if they know how many matches are in WrestleMania 5. Because I know there's a lot of matches during that time.
WrestleMania 5?
I don't remember how many matches.
I think it was like 10 matches.
But see, that's why there were 15-minute matches, because they can fit everybody who was on the roster to wrestle somebody.
Yeah. Because I know WrestleMania 4 did the tournament, but they did a battle royal to get a lot of the faces. And you know what I noticed about it? Kayfabe, huh? They used to make, so the referee standing there watching them come in down the long entrance that they had, and he makes all the heels go to the right of the trophy, and the faces would go to the left of the trophy. And I was like, wow, those little details you don't realize as a kid, and then you watch it now. So Rudy_86 on Instagram says he'll be there for all 7 hours. He's been to every WrestleMania since 30, and it gets longer every year.
So WrestleMania 5 had 14 matches.
14
14
and it was
matches.
only, what, a 3-hour show?
Yes.
I think that was the
than
first
3
one that
hours.
went-
Less than 3
Right?
hours.
It's the first one that went that long, I think. 4 went that long. WrestleMania 4 was
went
like
that
a
long because of the
3-hour show.
tournament, yeah.
But
I think that's the one that made everything change.
But see, you got to remember how it was done. No one got these Triple H with Terminator entrances.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like
We're close,
what?
Richard.
Okay, going now. Let's. When did they start doing these elaborate entrances? WrestleMania 2. WrestleMania 12 for Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. They gave Shawn Michaels this spectacular entrance.
I don't
Now
know. I
they're-
tend to argue that, though.
Well,
I think WrestleMania 3 was all spectacular entrances on the little ring.
Oh, the little ring.
The little ring.
But they used that because the walkway was so long.
Yeah. But to
WrestleMania-
piggyback off of what you were saying, they also had this whole in-ring thing where they're, again, we only see this in boxing, where they're explaining the rules.
Uh-huh.
They're taking their time. Oh, champion, are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. And challenger, are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. And Brett's looking at the fans and kind of winking at them. And they're like, usually we just start with the entrance. The entrance, you introduce, the referee shows the title, and you ring the bell.
But see, that's the thing that that whole explaining the rules is used as foreplay in a way.
Right.
It's a time filler.
Yeah, no, it's not a time filler. It's to make it feel special. The first match didn't have all that explaining. But the main event, not the second, the third, the semi didn't have to explain all this and that and the other. But the main event, let's put this extra focus on this match. Putting the thought into this is a legit wrestling match, right? It's not, it's not what we know as sports entertainment, okay? This is a spectacular. We have the young Lion versus, he's not old Lion, but Bret Hart. Yeah. He's right now he's the
current
leader.
champion.
Yeah, the current champion. So let's put some emphasis. Let's make this feel special. Nowadays, they're trying to do that for every match.
Yeah, you're right.
Now,
Like Triple H, you didn't need to come out with all those Terminators. The next year, you